In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to track objects in a movie so that we can put computer graphics effects from Blender on top of them. We're going to use this to learn how to throw fire. The first thing we're going to do is change the default view in Blender from the 3D window to the movie clip editor. Then we're going to click on Open, and my video is on my desktop and it's called Disney Magic. And I'm going to open that clip. When I've got the clip open, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and tap the A key to play the video. This is loading it into cache. You'll see the somewhat more solid blue here indicates video frames that are in cache. By doing that, I've got all of the video in memory and I can work very quickly with it. So I'm going to tap the Escape key. What we're going to do now is track my finger as I wave it in the air. So I'm going to hold down the left mouse button and scrub here along the timeline until my finger kind of pops up. And I'm going to pick this frame, which is frame 118, as my starting point. So now that I've got the position I want to start tracking here, I'm going to go to Marker and click on the Add button. And then I'm going to click in the frame at the location that I want the marker to be at. So I'm going to pick the end of my finger and I'm going to click with the left mouse button. And you'll notice it brings up this box and I've got a postage stamp here that shows, okay, there's the end of my finger. And this is what I'm going to track. I'm going to make it a little easier for Blender to find the end of my finger by increasing the search size. I'm going to move that up to 400. Because that'll help with the tracking. And now I need to track the end of my finger forward. So I'm going to scroll this down until I find the track panel. And I'm going to click this button right here, which will track that marker forward in time. And you'll notice it's tracked a number of frames. We're now at frame 145. And Blender's not able to find my fingers. So I'm going to help it out with my cursor in the window here. I'm going to tap the G key and I'm going to drag that around until the finger is in the middle of the postage stamp area. Click with the left mouse button and now we can go forward. So I'm going to search again. He goes forward quite a few more frames. I'm now at frame 157. Once again, I just tap the G key and kind of recenter the marker on the end of my finger. Go forward, tap the G key, recenter it, go forward. See, my finger's moving a great distance here, so it's harder for Blender to track it. So now we're done. The only thing left is to create a three-dimensional object from this track so that I can attach objects in Blender to it. For that, I'm going to come to Reconstruction and I'm going to say Link Empty to Track, and that's going to create an object in a 3D model that I can use. I can preview the track in this window by holding down the Alt key and tapping the A key. And you'll see when my finger comes up, that square on the screen there is going to stay stuck right to the end of my finger the whole time. And that's what we want. So with that done, I'm going to tap the Escape key to stop the animation, and I'm going to go back over to the 3D view. I'm going to right click on the cube so that only the cube is highlighted in orange, and I'm going to tap the X key to delete it. There's the empty. That's going to stay in my camera view. If I go to the camera view with the 0 key on the numeric keypad and I type Alt A, you will notice that at some point through the animation it's going to start moving around. That will allow me to track the finger, and I can use that in Blender. So that's the first step in getting things all tracked so that we can have an object follow my finger in Blender.